Lahontan is a fantastic story. We're in the Walker Lane of Nevada, the best jurisdiction in the world. We have 2 million ounces there on paper, which is it's growing massively because that's a pretty old report, but really we're fast tracking that back into production. We've just hit a major milestone recently, which I'm sure we'll speak about.
Hello and welcome to the Assay TV. Today I am here at 1-to-1 Mining Investment London, and I'm here with Kimberly Ann, founder, CEO, president, and director of Lahontan Gold. So Kimberly, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I love being at this conference and seeing you at the show, so it's great.
Always a pleasure to be able to catch up. And so just in case some of our viewers don't know the Lahontan story, can you give us a quick overview?
I can try, yes. Oh, well, look, Lahontan is a fantastic story. We're in the Walker Lane of Nevada, the best jurisdiction in the world. We have 2 million ounces there on paper, which is it's growing massively because that's a pretty old report, but really we're fast tracking that back into production. We've just hit a major milestone recently, which I'm sure we'll speak about. But look, we have 4 fantastic assets in the best jurisdiction in the world, and low-cost mining, open pit, very simple.
Excellent. Excellent. And so you did just have an announcement out that you've received approval from the Federal Bureau of Land Management for the company's exploration plan of operations at Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Can you give us some details about this?
Yeah, so the exploration plan of operation is a super huge milestone for us. Basically, it takes 12.2 square kilometers of our land package and it sterilizes it from any impact studies, anything, bugs and bunnies, as we like to call them, arrowheads, anything. And basically, there's been no significant effect of what we will be doing and what has been done. So that paves the future for as much exploration we want on the project. 700 plus platforms to drill it out more on a massive level. But more importantly, it helps us get to the next step, which is getting back into production our mine permit. So this took us 3 years and a lot of money and time and effort. And I'm very proud to say that we finally got that done last week.
Excellent. And yeah, definitely a significant milestone. And also alongside that came the NEPA approvals?
Yeah, the NEPA approval is in parallel with that, and we got that approved as well. So again, Santa Fe mine is a past producer. We are considered a mine under closure, which is quite important in that we have a $500,000 bond with the BLM. We are responsible for quarterly monitors at this asset, water, air qualities, etc. These are all things that most people haven't done if they're a brownfield operation. Because we're a mine under closure, we have to do that. But it's also significant for going back into production because they're not making us do those studies brand new. We've been doing it for 35 years. So it's really important work that we're doing there.
Yes, absolutely. And so you've also had news out recently of some fundraising. So you've raised $4.3 million Canadian through warrant and option exercises. So, can you talk about how you plan to deploy this capital across the project?
Yeah, so technically we didn't raise the $4.3 million. This money came in through warrants that we had attached to other financings in the past. And look, when people look at warrants on your balance sheet, they don't like them unless they got them themselves. What a two-edged sword that is. But actually, we've had really good significant movement in our share price. We were up 1,000% since January. Great liquidity in our stock. It allowed people that had those warrants to want to exercise them. So the program of issuing warrants actually worked for the company. Mm-hmm. In parallel with that, right now, we're just doing a small $2 million raise with some friends and family that really wanted to come in. That's particularly they can't come in on an open market. They come in through private placements, and there's special people that we want to make sure don't miss out on this opportunity. So between those two items we've done, that brings in enough money to get us through May, which is drilling and studies, et cetera. So we don't need to raise a lot of money right now because of those warrants. So that was pretty strategic.
Yeah, definitely a good position to be in. And so other big news coming out of the company. So you recently,
what else did I do?
Yeah, you've recently acquired the York claims, which have expanded the footprint of Santa Fe. So can you talk about kind of the geological potential there and really what it means for the project?
Well, it's quite huge because on the property we have 4 historic pits, York being one of them. It's a small pit, but it's got good grade, and we've not put a lot of effort into it because the reporter document out into the public domain. We don't even report all the ounces we have there because we didn't own all the land. Now we own 37 more claims, I think it is, and we got it for $60,000. But so strategic for us because now we can actually start drilling and adding more ounces over there, which we've already started and had some very good results. So it's just adding more ounces in the ground to our mine life, moving the project forward in and around our known, recoveries that we've had at the York pit. So, it wasn't a huge transaction, but certainly strategic.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, what are the plans now in terms of exploration, further exploration on the project?
So, because we have the plan of operations permit exploration style, we can drill out the project company wide. That being said, still all the drilling we're doing right now is still focused on in and around the pits because where gold sits today. Everything's changing. Our pits are being dragged down to levels we never thought could be there before. We're analyzing those. Do we need to be drilling deeper in those type of areas, adding more ounces, wider pits, for example? So everything is being fine-tuned in that area. The whole land package to be drilled out will happen next year because we were being very strategic with this. Also, we have 2 historic heap leach pads that we don't really talk about to the public because we didn't really think about those ounces being something that are already crushed to be looking at. So next year we'll be bringing in a sonic rig to learn more about that. But yeah, there's a lot going on the drill program, but still extremely strategic because we have permits to get through and we need dollars for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, what can we be on the lookout for in the coming
What
months?
can you
from
expect?
the
Well,
yeah.
a lot. So all the drilling we're doing right now, we're doing drill program as we sit here at Santa Fe. We have another one going at West Santa Fe that's weather dependent. Once we get all those drill results back, December, early January, we'll get that news flow out to the public as soon as possible. We're going to update our resource estimate because our resource estimate, although it was only done a year ago, is massively out of date with the gold prices where we sit. And then it will be coupled with a new PEA, PFS, and Q2-ish, just depending on how quickly our third parties can get it done. But all that being said, in the middle of that, we've got metallurgical work happening. Just everything we know about the studies we have done, we're just fine-tuning everything project-wide. So.
Excellent. Well, definitely a lot to keep an eye out on, and I'm sure we'll catch up again soon.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. So, Kimberly, I want to thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.